Hi students. So we were discussing wind power plant. So in our last presentation we have seen wind power plant. So energy conversion in wind power plants we have seen. Then we have also seen energy turbines. Then two types of turbines: horizontal axis wind turbine and vertical axis wind turbine. So we have seen vertical axis turbine, then advantages, disadvantages. Okay, so now let us see the second type of wind turbine, that is horizontal axis turbine. So this is the horizontal axis wind turbine, you can see in the figure. So this is most common wind turbine design. In addition to being parallel to the ground, the axis of blade rotation is parallel to wind flow in case of horizontal axis turbine. Some machines are designed to operate in a upwind mode with the blades upwind of the tower. In this case, a tail vane is usually used to keep the blades facing into the wind. So you can see it in the figure, the blades are facing to the wind. Other designs operate in a downwind mode so that the wind passes the tower before striking the blade. So this is not the case with horizontal axis turbine. So here the blades are facing to the wind. So now examples of horizontal axis machines you can see here. This is multi-blade wind pump. So it is used to pump the water from the ground level. Then this is the three-bladed horizontal axis wind turbine, which has a capacity of 330 kilowatt. And in the next figure, traditional North European tower windmill. This is the traditional one. So these are some examples of horizontal axis machines. Now advantages of horizontal axis machines. The efficiency is higher than that of vertical axis machines. Then they are easier to mount high enough to avoid much of the ground effect. So they are installed, the installation takes place above the ground level. In case of vertical axis turbines or windmills, they are near to ground level. So this is not the case with horizontal axis machines. Horizontal axis windmills are self-starting, then they are less expensive compared with vertical axis machines. Then the technology is better developed in case of horizontal axis, and they are commercially available. Disadvantages of horizontal axis machines. Many of the important parts that require maintenance are high off the ground. So the maintenance part is costly in case of horizontal axis machines. Then a yaw mechanism must be in place to turn the turbine into the wind. So the yaw mechanism is used to change the angle of the blade. So that mechanism must be in place to turn the turbine into the wind, because direction of flow of wind is not constant throughout the year, so we have to turn the turbine blades according to the wind direction. So let us see various components of horizontal axis wind turbines. So here you can see these are the blades which are attached to a rotor. Then rotor is attached to the gearbox and it is attached to the generator. Okay, so everything is installed on this rigid tower, and this tower is fitted or grounded, or foundation is done on the ground. So yaw control mechanism is used to adjust the pitch or the angle of these blades. So this was about horizontal axis wind turbine. So you can see in the figure horizontal axis wind turbines connected to transformers and then the transmission lines. So again in this figure you can see blades, then hub, this is gearbox, generator, everything is fitted in nacelle. And this is the controller. This is the battery storage system. Now this is the power converter, so which is supplied to the transformer, and from transformer through the system protector to the transmission lines or grids. So parts operating in the wind turbines. So in detail you can see here hub, then blades, main shaft, gearbox, transmission, then brake. Gearbox transmission is connected to the generator. So all this thing is mounted in a housing, and the housing is fitted on the tower. So let us see each component one by one. Rotor. The portion of the wind turbine that collects energy from the wind is called as a rotor. The rotor usually consists of two or more wooden or fiberglass or metal blades which rotate about an axis, horizontal or vertical, at a rate determined by the wind speed and the shape of the blades. The blades are attached to the hub, which in turn is attached to the main shaft. So now material of blades would be fiberglass or metal blades. Wooden blades are not used nowadays. And these blades are attached to hub, and which the hub is attached to the main shaft. Then shaft, two different shafts turn the generator. One is used for low speeds while other is used for high speed. Then gearbox. So in the figure you can see Gears connect the high and low speed shafts and increase the rotational speeds from around 10 to 60 rotations per minute to about 1200 to 1800 rpm, the rotational speed required by the most generators to produce power. Then the generator, which is attached to the main shaft. The generator is what converts the turning motion of wind turbines blades into electricity. Inside this component, coils of wire are rotated in a magnetic field to produce electricity. Different generator designs produce either alternating current or direct current, as they are available in a large range of output power ratings. The generator's rating or size is dependent on the length of the wind turbine's blades, because more energy is captured by longer blades. So if at all the blade size is high, so it will obviously capture more wind energy. Then controller, it turns the blades on at 18 to 16 mph and shuts them down around 65 to prevent any high wind damage. So this controller is used for blades so that they will not have any damage during high wind speeds. Then tall tubular metal shaft is used for tower. The taller the tower, the more power will be produced. Wind turbine perspective. So here you can see this is the blades, then this is the knuckle, and this is the tower, which is installed in 3 sections. You can see here how big it is. Knuckle, it is weighing around 56 tons, and you can see here people sitting here for installation. Then site selection. Selecting an appropriate size is key to the success of any renewable energy project, financially and technically. Now site selection criteria. How good is the wind source on the site that we have to see, we have to study. We have to also study that how much does electricity cost, and is there enough demand for the power. Who has site control, that also we have to study, and are there other potential barriers based on utility rules, that also we have to see. Then are there permitting, zoning and other related barriers are there, that we have to see. So for the sake of site selection, we have to study all these factors, and then we can decide about the site. Then advantages of wind power plant. The wind is free, and with modern technology it can be captured efficiently. Once the wind turbine is built, the energy it produces does not cause greenhouse gases and other pollutants. So, when we talk of energy from the wind turbines, it will not produce any greenhouse gases and other pollutants. Although wind turbines can be very tall, all the wind turbines are very tall, each takes up only a small plot of land. This means that the land below can still be used. This is especially the case in agricultural area, as farming can still continue. So, we can also install the wind power plant, and at the same time farming can be done there. Many people find wind farm an interesting feature of the landscape. Then remote areas that are not connected to the electricity power grid can be used wind turbines to produce their own supply. Then wind turbines have a role to play in both the developed and third world. Then wind turbines are available in a range of sizes, which means a vast range of people and businesses can use them. Single households to small towns and villages can make good use of range of wind turbines available today. So, these are the some advantages of horizontal axis wind turbines. Then disadvantages of wind power plant. The strength of the wind is not constant and it varies from 0 to storm force. This means that wind turbines do not produce the same amount of electricity all the time. Then there will be times when they produce no electricity at all. Then many people feel that the countryside should be left untouched without these large structures being built. The landscape should left in its natural form for everyone to enjoy. Then wind turbines are noisy. Each one can generate the same level of noise as a family car traveling at 70 miles per hour. So, the operation of horizontal axis wind turbine is noisy. It will produce noise. Then many people see large wind turbines as unsightly structures and not pleasant or interesting to look at. So, they disfigure the countryside and are generally ugly. So, generally the turbines which are located near nearby areas of villages, people generally dislike the structure. Then when wind turbines are being manufactured, some pollution is produced. Therefore, wind power does not produce the pollution. then large wind farms are needed to provide entire communities with enough electricity. For example, the large single turbine available today can only provide enough electricity for 475 homes when running at full capacity. How many would be needed for a town of 1 lakh people? So that is the question that is asked here. Thank you.